Listen to me. Every Igbo person should boycott and disregard the upcoming BBC documentary on Biafra that is being directed by a Yoruba man, Meji Alabi. Meji Alabi was born in London in 1988, yet he has now been chosen to direct a documentary about the Biafra war during this sensitive political period. Many people are wondering why someone who did not experience the pain, loss, hunger, fear, and destruction of Biafra truly tell the story the way it happened. This is not even surprising anymore. Anytime elections are close, the same old narratives about Biafra and Ojukwu begin to appear again. Gowon releases another book defending his side, while Biafra and the Igbo people are once again painted in a negative light. Now, another person from outside Igbo land want to explain our own history to us. This is also not about tribal hatred. It is about authenticity, lived experience, history, and the right of a people to tell their own story themselves. Biafra was not a Yoruba experience. The war did not happen in Yoruba land. Millions of Igbo people suffered, died, lost families, homes, businesses, and futures. So why are strangers always the ones controlling the story? Why are the real voices of Biafra survivors not being placed at the center? Why? How can someone who was born decades after the war in another country and who did not grow up with the direct pain and scars of Biafra suddenly become the one explaining our history to the entire world? This is exactly why Ndi Igbo must wake up and become more intentional about preserving and promoting our own history. For too long, we have allowed other people to define us, speak for us, and rewrite our experiences while we sit quietly and complain afterward. At some point, we must stop being defensive all the time and become proactive instead. Look at other groups around the world. They invest heavily in documenting their history. They make movies, documentaries, books, museums, research projects, and television programs to preserve their own side of the story. They understand that history is powerful. Whoever controls the narrative controls how future generations think. Unfortunately, Ndi Igbo have not done enough in this area. We have thousands of educated people across the world. We have professors, filmmakers, authors, journalists, historians, researchers, and direct witnesses of the war. We have countless books and records about Biafra already written by our people. Yet we sit back while outsiders package our pain and present it to the world from their own perspective. That is dangerous, very dangerous. Because no matter how talented a person is, there are some stories you cannot fully understand unless you grew up inside that pain, culture, and experience. The Biafra story is not just ordinary history. It is emotional. It is personal. It is spiritual for many Igbo families. Some people are still alive today, carrying memories of hunger, bombing, displacement, and loss. Some people still remember hiding in bushes as children while planes attacked villages. Some still remember watching Kwashiorkor destroy innocent children before their very eyes. These are not stories that should simply become political entertainment or media content for people who never experienced them. And let us be honest with ourselves. The timing of this documentary is also making many people suspicious. Elections are approaching once again. And suddenly, conversations around Biafra are returning to the media space. As usual, old political actors are releasing books and defending themselves while attempting to reshape public opinion about Ojukwu, Biafra, and the Igbo people. Now, another person has been brought forward to tell the story from yet another outside perspective. This is why Ndi Igbo must learn an important lesson. If you do not tell your story, somebody else will tell it for you. and they may not tell it fairly. There is a famous saying that until the lion learns how to write, every story will glorify the hunter. That saying perfectly describes the Igbo situation today. We cannot continue allowing others to document our history while we remain silent observers. Future generations of Igbo children deserve to hear their history from their own people, not from outsiders who may not fully understand the depth of the pain and sacrifices involved. This is where organizations like Ohaneze, Igbo think tanks, cultural groups, historians, filmmakers, and wealthy Igbo businessmen should step in. Instead of always gathering for political meetings alone, they should invest in preserving Igbo history properly. We need documentaries made by our own people. We need archives. We need international films, museums, books, digital libraries, interviews with surviving witnesses, and educational projects that preserve the truth of what happened. If we fail to do this, others will continue shaping the narrative for us. Nobody is saying other tribes cannot study or discuss Biafra, but there is a difference between studying a people's history and becoming the main authority over their pain while their own voices are ignored. Meji Alabi should focus on telling stories connected to his own people and experiences instead of trying to become the voice of a tragedy that never happened in his land. Nigeria is filled with many unresolved issues affecting different regions today. Every group has stories that deserve attention. Ndi Igbo, this is the time to rise up intellectually, culturally, and historically. Support Igbo writers, support Igbo filmmakers, support Igbo historians. Encourage young people to document the stories of our parents and grandparents before those memories disappear forever. If we do not protect our history ourselves, nobody else will protect it for us. Ndi Igbo, this is the time to rise up intellectually, culturally, and historically. Support Igbo writers, support Igbo filmmakers, support Igbo historians. Encourage young people to document the stories of our parents and grandparents before those memories disappear forever. If we do not protect our history ourselves, nobody else will protect it for us. Don't forget, if your children do not know how to speak Igbo or solve mathematics properly, bring them into my academy. If you're seeking for proof of funds assistance, come, I'm going to help you. If you want to learn how to create content and edit videos, I am also here for you. We have lands available for sale across Igbo regions. Send me a DM. And if you also want to travel for your work visa and student visa, I am also available. See you in my DM. Bye.